Welcome to a journey through time, fantasy, and groundbreaking innovation in the world of video gaming. Today, we embark on an exploration of one of the most influential and cherished role-playing games ever created, Final Fantasy. Released in 1987, Final Fantasy emerged during a pivotal era in the gaming industry. It was a time of rapid technological advancement and growing public interest in video games. Yet the industry was still recovering from the video game crash of 1983. Amidst this backdrop, a small but ambitious company named Square developed a game that would not only save them from financial peril but also revolutionize the role-playing genre. The world of Final Fantasy is a tapestry of high fantasy, teeming with enchanted forests, sprawling kingdoms, and mysterious caves. It's a world where magic and myth intertwine, creating a backdrop for epic adventures and timeless tales. At the heart of this world lies the central narrative, a prophecy foretelling the arrival of 4 warriors of light destined to save their world from impending darkness. These warriors, known as the Warriors of Light, are not just central characters in a story. They represent the player's journey, embodying the choices and challenges faced along the way. Each warrior, from the stalwart fighter to the wise white mage, offers a unique perspective and skill set, reflecting the game's innovative approach to character classes and role-playing. Final Fantasy was not just a narrative masterpiece. It was a pioneer in game mechanics and design. It introduced features that were revolutionary for its time, including an intricate combat system, a vast world map, and a diverse array of magical and physical attacks. These innovations set a new standard for RPGs, influencing countless games that followed. But the impact of Final Fantasy extends beyond its gameplay. It became a cultural phenomenon, capturing the hearts of players around the world. Its legacy is seen not just in its numerous sequels and spin-offs, but in the way it shaped the RPG genre and the broader gaming landscape. This video series is more than just a retrospective. It's an odyssey into the heart of Final Fantasy. We will delve into its rich lore, explore its characters and their journeys, and celebrate the legacy that continues to inspire gamers and developers alike. As we transition from this introduction to the main narrative, prepare to step into a world of fantasy and adventure. A world where every battle is a story, every character a memory, and every moment a piece of gaming history. Join us as we embark on this legendary journey through the world of Final Fantasy. Chapter 1: The World of Final Fantasy. Welcome to the first chapter of our journey into Final Fantasy, where we delve into a realm brimming with wonders, a world rich in fantasy, myth, and adventure. Here we introduce the game's enchanting setting, its diverse geography, and the lore that forms the backbone of this epic narrative. The world of Final Fantasy is a canvas painted with the broad strokes of high fantasy. Sprawling forests, towering mountains, and vast oceans set the scene for our adventure. Each geographical feature is not just a backdrop, but a character in its own right, influencing the journey of our heroes. The world is divided into several continents, each hosting a variety of environments from sun-kissed beaches to shadowy depths of ancient dungeons. Within this world lie kingdoms and cities, each brimming with its own unique charm and challenges. The Kingdom of Cornelia stands as a beacon of hope and civilization, welcoming adventurers with its towering castle and bustling streets. In contrast, Elfheim, the city of elves, radiates a mystical aura with its ancient traditions. Each city and kingdom offers a glimpse into the culture and customs of its inhabitants, weaving a rich tapestry of stories and lore. At the heart of Final Fantasy is its mythology, a rich lore that binds the world together. The game introduces us to a prophecy foretelling the arrival of 4 warriors of light who will save the world from impending doom. This prophecy is interwoven with the world's history, influencing events and characters throughout the game. Central to the game's lore are the 4 elemental forces: earth, fire, water, and wind. These elements are not mere physical entities but are imbued with magical properties, each governed by an elemental fiend. The balance and harmony of these elements are crucial for the world's survival, and their disturbance is a central plot point in our hero's journey. The crystals of light, representing each of the 4 elements, are pivotal to the world's balance. These mystical crystals, the source of life and harmony, are what our warriors seek to restore in their quest, leading them across diverse lands and into the heart of danger. Magic in Final Fantasy is a force that permeates the world, used by both heroes and villains. It encompasses a range from restorative spells to powerful attacks, showcasing a deep system of magical lore. The use of magic reflects the game's innovative approach to combat and problem-solving, adding depth to both the story and gameplay. The world is inhabited by a myriad of races and creatures, from the humble humans to the wise elves. Mythical creatures, both friend and foe, populate the landscapes, adding to the game's richness and diversity. These races and beings, each with their own history and place within the world, make it a melting pot of stories and interactions. Legends and history are ever present in Final Fantasy, with echoes of past heroes, ancient battles, and lost civilizations. These stories, often heard in snippets from NPCs or found in hidden texts, add layers to the world, making it feel lived in and real. As we conclude this chapter, we have painted a picture of a world alive with magic, conflict, and adventure. This setting is not just a backdrop for our heroes. It is a crucial part of their journey. As we move forward, keep in mind the intricate world we have introduced, as it will play a pivotal role in the unfolding story of the Warriors of Light. In the next chapter, we delve deeper into the prophecy that sets the stage for the epic quest of our heroes in the world of Final Fantasy. Chapter 2: The Prophetic Vision. In Final Fantasy, a prophecy lies at the heart of the narrative, a mysterious and powerful foretelling that drives the entire storyline. This ancient prediction, steeped in the lore of the game's world, is more than a simple plot device. It's a pivotal element that shapes the destiny of the characters and the world they inhabit. The prophecy's origin is as mystical as its content, rooted in the game's rich backstory. It is revealed that the prophecy has been passed down through generations, becoming a part of the cultural and historical fabric of the game's universe. It speaks of a time of darkness, when the earth will veer towards ruin, and its salvation will hinge on the arrival of 4 warriors of light. The text of the prophecy itself is elegantly simple, yet profoundly impactful. It foretells the coming of 4 young heroes, each bearing a crystal. These warriors are destined to embark on a journey to restore the balance of the world, a task of monumental significance. The wording of the prophecy is deliberate, imbuing the narrative with a sense of urgency and purpose. The role of the prophecy in the game's plot cannot be overstated. It is the catalyst that sets the entire adventure in motion. The prophecy influences not only the actions and decisions of the main characters, but also serves as a beacon of hope and a call to action for the world's inhabitants. It is a constant reference point throughout the game, guiding the warriors of light on their quest. The concept of the Warriors of Light is central to the prophecy. These characters are not just random adventurers. They are the chosen ones, marked by destiny to undertake a crucial mission. The prophecy shapes their identity and purpose, infusing their journey with a sense of epic significance and gravitas. For players, the prophecy adds a layer of depth and engagement to the gaming experience. It creates a connection between the player and the characters, imbuing their actions with meaning. The prophecy invites players to partake in a grand narrative, making them feel like an integral part of a story much larger than themselves. The symbolism inherent in the prophecy is rich and multifaceted. It embodies themes of destiny, the struggle between light and darkness, and the classic hero's journey. These themes resonate with players, tapping into universal narratives and archetypes familiar from mythology and literature. Drawing parallels to mythology and classic literature, the prophecy in Final Fantasy can be likened to similar prophetic narratives found in various cultures and stories. These comparisons not only enrich the player's understanding of the game's narrative, but also place it within a broader context of storytelling traditions. The prophecy's impact on the world of Final Fantasy is profound. It influences the cultures within the game, shapes political narratives, and affects how various characters and factions view and interpret the world's events. It is a source of inspiration for some and a portent of doom for others, adding layers of complexity to the game's storyline. As we conclude this chapter, we see how the prophecy sets the stage for the epic adventure that unfolds in Final Fantasy. It is a tale of destiny, courage, and the eternal battle between light and darkness, driven by the timeless power of a prophetic vision. The stage is now set for us to meet the heroes of this tale, the Warriors of Light, as we continue our journey into the heart of Final Fantasy. Chapter 3: The Heroes Emerge. In the realm of Final Fantasy, a group of central characters known as the Warriors of Light stand at the forefront of the narrative, fulfilling the ancient prophecy that guides their journey. These characters, chosen and customized by players, are the heartbeat of the game's epic tale. The game's character creation system is a pioneering feature for its time, offering players the freedom to select and customize their party from a range of character classes. This choice is not just about combat strategy. It's a way for players to engage with the game's world and story on a personal level. The available classes include the Warrior, Monk, Thief, White Mage, Black Mage, and Red Mage, each with unique abilities and roles. The Warrior, a symbol of strength and valor, is the quintessential frontline combatant. Equipped with powerful weapons and armor, the Warrior excels in physical combat, offering both offensive might and defensive stability. They often serve as the shield of the group, protecting their companions from harm. In contrast, the Monk offers a different approach to combat. Masters of martial arts, monks forego heavy armor in favor of agility and devastating physical attacks. Their journey from humble fighters to powerful combatants is a compelling aspect of the game's narrative. The Thief brings agility and cunning to the party. Renowned for their speed and stealth, thieves are invaluable for navigating dungeons and avoiding traps. Beyond their practical skills, they add a layer of complexity to the narrative, often challenging traditional notions of heroism. The White Mage, a beacon of healing and restoration, is vital to the party's survival. With their ability to heal wounds and cure ailments, White Mages ensure that the Warriors of Light can endure the toughest of battles. Their presence brings a sense of hope and resilience to the group. The Black Mage, a master of elemental magic, wields powerful offensive spells. Their ability to harness the elements for devastating attacks makes them essential for overcoming challenging foes. The strategic depth they bring to combat showcases the game's innovative approach to magical warfare. The Red Mage, often considered the jack of all trades, combines aspects of physical combat and magic. Their versatility allows them to adapt to a variety of combat situations, making them a flexible and valuable asset to any party. The dynamics of the party, shaped by the combination of these classes, add a strategic layer to the gameplay. Players must consider how their choices in party composition will affect their journey through the game's world and the challenges they will face. Each warrior's journey is not just about battles and quests. It's a narrative of personal growth and discovery. The game allows players to imprint their own interpretations and choices onto these characters, making each playthrough unique. Central to the warrior's narrative is their role in fulfilling the prophecy. They are not mere adventurers. They are chosen heroes, destined to restore balance to the world. This destiny brings with it themes of heroism and the classic struggle between light and dark, casting the warriors as pivotal figures in a timeless tale. As we conclude this chapter, the significance of the Warriors of Light in Final Fantasy becomes clear. They are more than characters in a game. They are embodiments of courage, determination, and the enduring fight against darkness. As we move forward, we will explore the beginning of their quest and the world that awaits their brave endeavor. Chapter 4: The Kingdom of Cornelia. The journey of the Warriors of Light in Final Fantasy begins in the Kingdom of Cornelia, a pivotal location that sets the stage for the epic quest that lies ahead. Cornelia serves as the game's initial setting, introducing players to the world they are about to explore and the adventure that awaits them. Upon entering Cornelia, players are immediately immersed in its medieval fantasy atmosphere. The kingdom, with its towering castle, bustling streets, and NPCs, offers the first glimpse into the game's narrative world. The architecture of Cornelia, combined with its inhabitants, creates a vivid and engaging starting point for the story. At the heart of Cornelia's narrative is a crisis: the kidnapping of Princess Sarah by Garland, a once-respected knight turned antagonist. This event thrusts the Warriors of Light into immediate action, giving them a clear objective and introducing the game's first major challenge. The plight of Cornelia not only serves as a call to action for the heroes, but also establishes the game's theme of heroism in the face of adversity. The meeting with the King of Cornelia is a significant early game event. The king, recognizing the warriors as the prophesied saviors, entrusts them with the mission to rescue his daughter. In return, he promises to build a bridge that will allow the warriors to access new lands and continue their quest. This exchange sets a clear goal for the players and ties their actions to the larger narrative of the game. Garland, the first antagonist the warriors encounter, is an essential character in the early storyline. His background as a fallen knight adds depth to his character, making him a complex and intriguing figure. His confrontation with the warriors is not just a battle, but a narrative device that foreshadows the greater challenges that lie ahead. Preparing for the quest to rescue Princess Sarah is a crucial part of the early game experience. Players must explore Cornelia, gather information, and equip their characters for the journey ahead. This preparation phase introduces players to the game mechanics, including combat, exploration, and resource management. The journey to Garland's stronghold, the Chaos Shrine, is the warriors' first real test. They encounter various enemies, providing an introduction to the game's combat system and the strategic thinking required to succeed. The environment of the Chaos Shrine, with its labyrinthine corridors and dark aesthetic, adds a sense of danger and urgency to the mission. The battle against Garland is a pivotal moment in the game. It serves as the first significant combat challenge and is a moment of triumph for the warriors and the player. This early victory sets the tone for future encounters, teaching players the value of strategy and preparation. Upon their return to Cornelia with Princess Sarah, the warriors are hailed as heroes. The gratitude of the king, the princess, and the townspeople reinforces the game's theme of heroism. This moment of celebration also serves as a narrative reward for the player's efforts, strengthening their connection to the game's world and its characters. The construction of the bridge, as promised by the king, marks a significant turning point in the game. It symbolizes the expansion of the game's world and the broadening of the warrior's quest. The completion of the bridge is not just a physical change in the game's landscape. It represents the transition from a local conflict to a quest of greater scope and significance. In these early stages of Final Fantasy, themes of duty, courage, and the fight against evil are introduced and woven into the larger narrative. The experience in Cornelia sets the foundation for the warrior's journey, framing the challenges they will face and the heroism they will embody. As the chapter concludes, we reflect on the warrior's achievements in Cornelia and prepare to embark on the next stage of their journey. The adventure that started in the humble kingdom of Cornelia is about to unfold into an epic tale spanning the vast and mystical world of Final Fantasy. Chapter 5: Garland, the first antagonist. In Final Fantasy, the character of Garland holds a unique place as the first major antagonist encountered by the Warriors of Light. Garland, once a celebrated knight of Cornelia, embodies a tale of fall from grace that sets the stage for the game's narrative and themes. Garland's descent from a respected knight to a nefarious villain is a critical element of the game's backstory. While the game provides limited details about his transformation, it hints at a complex character driven by motives that go beyond simple villainy. This ambiguity adds a layer of depth to his character, inviting players to ponder the reasons behind his drastic change. The kidnapping of Princess Sarah by Garland is the pivotal event that propels the Warriors of Light into action. This act, seen as both a betrayal and a heinous crime, serves as the catalyst for the game's narrative, prompting the heroes to embark on their quest. Garland's actions not only introduce the central conflict but also highlight the game's underlying themes of heroism and the battle between good and evil. Garland's role in the broader narrative of Final Fantasy is significant. As the first antagonist, he represents the initial face of evil that the Warriors of Light must confront. His character sets the tone for the game's exploration of the themes of darkness and light, good versus evil, and the nature of heroism. The confrontation with Garland at the Chaos Shrine is a moment charged with tension and anticipation. The journey to the shrine, fraught with challenges and dangers, builds up to this climactic encounter. The atmosphere of the Chaos Shrine, a place of dark power and ancient secrets, adds to the gravity of the encounter, making it a memorable moment in the game. The battle against Garland is not only a narrative climax, but also a test of the player's grasp of the game's combat mechanics. This early boss battle introduces players to the strategic elements of combat in Final Fantasy. The fight against Garland requires players to utilize their understanding of their characters' abilities and the game's battle system, setting the stage for future encounters. The defeat of Garland has immediate and lasting consequences in the game's storyline. His defeat marks the first major victory for the Warriors of Light and sets them on the path to greater challenges. It is a moment of triumph that reinforces the game's themes of courage and the triumph of light over darkness. Garland's character is rich in symbolism. He represents the classic archetype of a fallen hero, a once noble figure who has succumbed to darker impulses. This fall from grace resonates with the Warriors of Light, serving as a cautionary tale and a catalyst for their own development. Garland's arc contributes significantly to the game's thematic exploration of morality, heroism, and the struggle between light and dark. Reflecting on Garland's legacy in Final Fantasy, it becomes clear that his character is more than just an early obstacle for the heroes. He sets a precedent for the complexities of the antagonists the Warriors of Light will face throughout their journey. His role in the narrative lays the groundwork for the unfolding story, intertwining with the larger themes and conflicts of the game. As the chapter on Garland concludes, the narrative transitions from the localized conflict in Cornelia to the broader quest of Final Fantasy. The defeat of Garland opens up new horizons for the Warriors of Light, leading them into a world brimming with larger threats, mysteries, and adventures. The journey that began in the Kingdom of Cornelia now expands into a grander and more intricate tale, setting the stage for the adventures that lie ahead in the vast world of Final Fantasy. Chapter 6: The Elemental Fiends. In Final Fantasy, the Elemental Fiends stand as formidable antagonists, each embodying the destructive power of a natural element gone awry. These fiends play a crucial role in the game's narrative, representing the imbalance and chaos that the Warriors of Light must confront and overcome. The Earth Fiend, known as Lich, personifies the corruption and decay of the Earth element. Lich's domain, filled with darkness and desolation, challenges the warriors in their quest to restore balance. The journey to confront Lich is fraught with peril, testing the warriors' resolve and strength. Lich's actions have severe implications on the world, causing environmental decay and natural disturbances that the warriors witness firsthand. Merilith, the Fire Fiend, brings to life the uncontrolled fury of fire. Her domain, characterized by searing heat and flames, presents unique combat challenges, demanding strategic thinking and careful planning from the warriors. The presence of Merilith in the game's world has far-reaching effects, manifesting in widespread fires and a general increase in the world's temperature, adding a sense of urgency to the warrior's quest. The Water Fiend, Kraken, lurks in the depths of an underwater lair, embodying the destructive force of water. The journey to confront Kraken is a treacherous one, taking the warriors into the abyssal depths of the ocean. The battle against Kraken requires not just physical strength but also mental fortitude as the warriors navigate the complexities of underwater combat. Kraken's influence on the game's world is seen in the form of floods, storms, and disrupted sea life, emphasizing the importance of restoring balance to the water element. Tiamat, the wind fiend, rules the skies with a tempestuous fury. The warriors' ascent to Tiamat's aerial domain is a testament to their growing power and determination. The battle against Tiamat is a clash of not just physical might, but also wits, as the warriors combat the volatile and unpredictable nature of wind. Tiamat's impact on the world is visible through violent storms and unpredictable weather patterns, adding to the chaos that the warriors must quell. These fiends are not just enemies to be defeated. They are integral to the prophecy that guides the warriors of light. The battles against these elemental forces are symbolic of the larger struggle between order and chaos, light and darkness. These encounters test the warriors' abilities and their commitment to their quest, forging them into true heroes. The gameplay mechanics of battling each fiend are designed to challenge players on multiple levels. These encounters require careful planning, resource management, and an understanding of each fiend's unique weaknesses and attack patterns. Successfully defeating each fiend is a significant accomplishment, marking a step closer to restoring balance to the world. The restoration of each crystal following the defeat of a fiend is a pivotal moment in the game. It signifies the reclamation of balance and harmony in the world, directly contrasting the destruction wrought by the fiends. This restoration process is not just a narrative device, but also a symbolic act representing the restoration of hope and order. The actions of the fiends have a profound impact on the ecological balance of the game's world. Their influence extends beyond mere physical destruction, affecting the very fabric of the environment. This portrayal of ecological imbalance adds a layer of environmental commentary to the game, inviting players to consider the broader implications of uncontrolled elemental forces. The elemental fiends have left an enduring legacy in the Final Fantasy series. Their depiction in Final Fantasy set a precedent for future games, establishing a template for how elemental forces can be personified and woven into a game's narrative. Their roles as antagonists have become iconic, representing the timeless battle against nature's darker aspects. As we conclude this chapter, the victories over the elemental fiends mark a significant milestone in the Warriors of Light's journey. With each fiend's defeat, the world moves a step closer to harmony, and the warriors themselves grow stronger and more resolute. The journey, however, is far from over. The stage is set for the warriors to continue their adventure, facing even greater challenges as they delve deeper into the mysteries and wonders of Final Fantasy. Chapter 7: The Crystals of Light, the Quest for Restoration. In Final Fantasy, the Warriors of Light embark on an epic quest to restore the Crystals of Light, each embodying a vital elemental force: earth, fire, water, and wind. This mission is at the core of their journey, pivotal in maintaining the world's balance and harmony. The restoration of the Earth Crystal, deeply ensconced in the Earth Cave, is the first significant challenge for the warriors. As they venture into this dark, subterranean world, they encounter creatures warped by the crystal's corruption. The battle against Lich, the Earth Fiend, is not just a physical confrontation but a test of their determination and strength. When they successfully restore the Earth Crystal, it signifies more than a mere victory. It is a symbol of the land's revival and a turning point in their quest. The quest for the Fire Crystal takes them next to the Gurgu volcano, a realm of scorching heat and relentless flames. Here, the challenges are twofold. The fierce creatures that thrive in the fiery environment and the labyrinthine paths filled with molten hazards. The confrontation with Merilith, the Fire Fiend, demands not only combat prowess but also strategic acumen. Restoring the Fire Crystal brings a sense of relief to the scorched lands, quelling the unnatural volcanic eruptions and restoring a semblance of normalcy. In their pursuit of the Water Crystal, the warriors descend into the Sunken Shrine, an underwater realm that tests their adaptability and resilience. The path to the Water Crystal is fraught with aquatic dangers and mysterious underwater corridors. Their battle with Kraken, the Water Fiend, is a clash against the tumultuous might of the ocean. The restoration of the Water Crystal stabilizes the seas, calming the once turbulent waters and reinstating harmony in the marine ecosystem. The final crystal to be restored is the Wind Crystal, located in the lofty heights of the Flying Fortress. Ascending to this domain is a testament to the warriors' growth and their readiness to face the wind's capricious nature. Confronting Tiamat, the Wind Fiend, is a battle that tests their mastery over the aerial elements. The Wind Crystal's restoration brings an end to the destructive storms, replacing them with gentle breezes and clear skies, signaling a return to equilibrium in the skies. Throughout these quests, the thematic significance of the crystals shines through. Each element represents an aspect of the world's natural order, from the nurturing earth to the guiding winds. Their restoration symbolizes the warrior's role in reestablishing harmony and combating the forces of corruption that threaten the world. The journey to restore the crystals also marks the growth of the warriors of light. Each challenge faced and overcome represents their evolution from mere adventurers to heroes of legend. This journey is not just physical, but a testament to their resilience, courage, and unwavering commitment to their destiny. As the warriors of light complete the restoration of all 4 crystals of light, they bring balance back to the world. This act of restoration goes beyond a series of victories. It's a narrative and thematic triumph, propelling the story forward and setting the stage for the concluding chapters of their epic saga. Chapter 8: Allies and Adversaries. Meeting friends and foes. In Final Fantasy, the journey of the Warriors of Light is significantly shaped by the myriad of non-playable characters they encounter. These characters, ranging from supportive allies to formidable adversaries, add depth and complexity to the game's expansive world. Among the allies, key figures stand out for their assistance and guidance. These include sages who provide crucial information and advice, aiding the warriors in understanding their quests and the challenges ahead. Royal figures also play a pivotal role, often entrusting the warriors with specific missions and rewarding their bravery and services to the kingdom. Merchants and shopkeepers encountered in towns and cities are vital to the warrior's journey. They supply essential equipment, potions, and other items necessary for survival and success. Their presence is not only crucial for gameplay mechanics, but also adds a layer of realism and interactivity to the game world. The game also features a variety of townsfolk and commoners. These characters, while not central to the storyline, contribute to the richness of the game's setting. Conversations with them can reveal valuable hints, local lore, or even lead to side quests, enriching the overall gaming experience. Adversaries in the game present a different kind of interaction. They range from enemy commanders with their own agendas to dark, mysterious figures whose motives are unclear. These antagonists add tension and conflict to the narrative, challenging the warriors at every turn and advancing the plot through their opposition. Some characters in the game are enigmatic, with unclear motives and mysterious backgrounds. Their ambiguous nature adds intrigue and complexity to the storyline, keeping players engaged and curious about their true intentions and roles in the larger narrative. The interactions with these various NPCs significantly impact gameplay. They can unlock new areas, alter strategies, and provide essential items or information. These interactions are integral to the gaming experience, making the world of Final Fantasy feel alive and dynamic. Reflecting on the diversity of these characters, it becomes evident how they collectively enrich the world of Final Fantasy. From guiding sages to the ordinary townspeople, each character contributes to creating a vibrant, interactive, and immersive world. The NPCs in Final Fantasy play a vital role in the game's enduring appeal and legacy. Their contributions, whether through direct assistance to the Warriors of Light or through adding depth to the game's narrative and world, have left a lasting impression on players and have become an integral part of what makes the game memorable and beloved. Chapter 9. Through the Kingdoms and Towns, Exploring the Land. In Final Fantasy, the journey of the Warriors of Light is marked by a rich tapestry of diverse and intriguing kingdoms, towns, and locations, each offering unique experiences and playing an integral role in the unfolding narrative. The adventure begins in Cornelia, a kingdom that sets the stage for the warrior's epic quest. As the starting point of the game, Cornelia is not just a place for initial exploration and learning. It's where the warriors receive their first major quest. The kingdom, with its castle and bustling streets, introduces players to the game's mechanics and the narrative's urgency. Provoca, a coastal town known for its bustling trade, offers a different flavor. Here, the warriors encounter new challenges and opportunities, including the acquisition of their first ship. Provoca serves as a gateway to broader exploration, allowing the warriors to venture beyond their initial confines. The Elven Castle and Elfheim bring the mystical elements of the game to the forefront. These locations, rich in lore and beauty, are home to the elves, introducing new quests and deepening the game's storyline. The elves' plight and their connection to the overall narrative add layers of depth to the warrior's journey. The dwarven territories, including the Dwarf Cave and Mount Duergar, showcase a different aspect of the game's world. Here, the warriors encounter the industrious dwarves, whose skills and knowledge play a crucial role in advancing the quest. The dwarves' culture and technology add a unique touch to the game's diverse world. Melmond, a town affected by the decay of the Earth Crystal, stands as a stark reminder of the quest's urgency. Its proximity to the Earth Cave, a significant dungeon, makes it a crucial stop in the warrior's journey. The challenges faced here are a testament to the game's increasing complexity and the narrative's progression. Crescent Lake, a serene town, is notable for housing the Circle of Sages. This group of wise individuals provides invaluable guidance, propelling the warriors further into their quest. The peaceful atmosphere of Crescent Lake contrasts with the perils the warriors face, offering a moment of respite and reflection. The game also takes players to advanced civilizations like Lufenia and the mysterious Flying Fortress. These locations, with their advanced technology and enigmatic lore, add a sense of wonder and intrigue. The Lufenian language barrier and the puzzles of the Flying Fortress challenge the warriors' intellect as much as their combat skills. Onrak, connected to the sunken shrine, opens the door to underwater exploration, a feature that expands the game's scope and variety. The challenges in Onrak and the sunken shrine underscore the game's ability to continually surprise and engage players with new environments. Gaia, a remote town, serves as the access point to the Mirage Tower, another step in the quest to restore the Wind Crystal. The town's isolation and connection to this ancient structure add a sense of mystery and anticipation to the warrior's adventure. The exploration of kingdoms and towns in Final Fantasy is a journey through a world brimming with variety and life. Each location visited by the Warriors of Light adds a unique thread to the game's narrative tapestry, enriching the player's experience with its distinctive charm, challenges, and role in the epic story. Chapter 10: Magic and Mysticism, the Power of the Arcane. In Final Fantasy, magic is not just a gameplay mechanic, it is an integral part of the game's world, narrative, and character development. The game introduces players to a richly detailed universe where the arcane arts play a central role in the journey of the Warriors of Light. The game features 3 primary types of magic: white, black, and red. White magic focuses on healing and protection, offering spells that restore health, cure ailments, and provide defensive buffs. Black magic, on the other hand, is centered around offense and destruction, with spells capable of unleashing powerful elemental attacks and debilitating status effects on enemies. Red magic serves as a blend of both, allowing for a versatile approach to magic that includes both offensive and defensive capabilities. The mage classes in Final Fantasy, the White Mage, Black Mage, and Red Mage, each bring a unique flavor to the gameplay. The White Mage excels in keeping the party alive and healthy, the Black Mage in dealing damage and controlling the battlefield, and the Red Mage in providing a balance of both. These mages play crucial roles in party composition, influencing the tactical decisions players make throughout their journey. Magic in Final Fantasy is governed by a system of spell acquisition and usage, which adds a strategic layer to the game. Spells are learned from scrolls purchased in shops or discovered during the adventure, and their use in combat or exploration often requires careful planning and resource management. The game's world is also populated with magical items and artifacts. These items range from staffs that cast spells to enchanted rings that protect against specific elements. They complement the mage's abilities and offer additional strategic options in and out of combat. Combat in Final Fantasy is significantly shaped by the use of magic. Choosing when to cast a powerful spell, conserve mana for healing, or unleash a devastating attack requires thoughtful strategy. This balance between magical and physical prowess is key to mastering the game's combat system. The mysticism of Final Fantasy extends to its locations. The game features enchanted forests, mystical dungeons, and ancient temples where magic is a pervasive force. These locations not only add to the game's atmosphere but also often present unique challenges and puzzles that require the use of magic to overcome. Magic is deeply intertwined with the game's lore and backstory. Enchanting tales of ancient sorcerers, legendary spells, and magical creatures add layers of depth to the game's world. These elements of mysticism and magic captivate players, drawing them deeper into the game's rich narrative. Magic also serves as a key narrative device, advancing the plot and developing characters. Key moments in the story often hinge on the use of magic, whether it's breaking a curse, deciphering ancient texts, or battling a powerful mage. Magic in Final Fantasy is a cornerstone of the gameplay experience, adding complexity, depth, and a sense of wonder. It enriches the game's world, enhances its narrative, and provides players with an array of strategic options. The enchantment of magic in Final Fantasy is a testament to its enduring appeal and the imaginative possibilities it opens up within the RPG genre. Chapter 11: Battles and Strategy, Confronting Challenges. Final Fantasy is renowned for its engaging combat system, which is a cornerstone of the game's experience. At its core, the game employs a turn-based combat system that demands strategic thinking and careful planning. This system, where players and enemies alternate turns, allows for thoughtful decision-making, crucial in battles. The game's variety of character classes significantly influences combat dynamics. Each class, from the sturdy warrior to the spell-casting mage, has unique abilities and roles in battle. The warriors excel in physical combat, the mages in using magic for offense or defense, and classes like the thief offer a balance of agility and utility. Understanding and utilizing these roles is key to devising effective battle strategies. Party composition in Final Fantasy is not just about choosing characters. It's about creating a balanced team capable of handling a wide range of combat scenarios. The player's choice of party members influences their approach to combat, determining the tactics available in any given encounter. A well-rounded party can mean the difference between victory and defeat, especially in more challenging battles. Magic and special abilities are vital components of combat. Players must judiciously use their limited magical resources, deciding when to unleash powerful spells or conserve energy for critical moments. Strategic use of abilities, whether to attack, defend, heal, or alter battle conditions, is essential for overcoming tough opponents. The game presents a diverse array of enemy types, each with unique behaviors and attack patterns. Understanding these enemies, from common monsters to powerful bosses, is crucial. Players must learn to anticipate enemy actions, exploit weaknesses, and adapt their tactics to the type of enemy they face. Equally important is the role of equipment and items in combat. Choosing the right weapons and armor can significantly enhance a character's combat effectiveness. Similarly, items like potions and elixirs can turn the tide of battle, providing critical healing or buffs at key moments. As players progress through Final Fantasy, they encounter increasingly complex combat scenarios that require advanced tactics and techniques. Utilizing status effects, exploiting elemental weaknesses, and executing combo attacks become integral parts of the strategy. These advanced tactics add depth to the combat system, challenging players to continually refine their approach. Boss battles and major confrontations are standout moments in the game, each presenting unique strategic challenges. These encounters often require players to think critically, adapt their tactics, and fully utilize their party's abilities. Successfully overcoming these battles is not just a matter of brute force, but of strategic ingenuity. Adaptability is a recurring theme in the game's combat system. Players must continually adapt their strategies based on the combat scenario, the environment, and the enemies they face. This flexibility is crucial, as different battles may require vastly different approaches to be successful. The combat encounters and strategies in Final Fantasy are more than just hurdles to overcome. They are integral to the game's progression and narrative. Through combat, characters grow stronger, the story unfolds, and new areas of the game world become accessible. Each battle is an opportunity for character development and story advancement, making the combat system an essential aspect of the game's overall experience. Mastering the art of combat in Final Fantasy is a journey in itself. It requires understanding the nuances of the game's combat system, developing effective strategies, and adapting to the myriad challenges presented. This mastery is not just a path to victory in battles, it is a key part of the enjoyment and depth of the game, making each victory a rewarding experience in the expansive world of Final Fantasy. Chapter 12: The Bestiary, Creatures of the World. Final Fantasy presents a world teeming with a diverse array of monsters and creatures, each adding a unique flavor to the player's journey. The bestiary of the game is not just a list of adversaries. It is a vibrant tapestry that enriches the fantasy world and challenges the player in various ways. The game features a wide range of common monsters encountered across different terrains, from forests and mountains to dungeons and oceans. These creatures vary in strength, abilities, and behaviors, offering varying levels of challenge. For instance, goblins and wolves might be encountered in the early stages, while more formidable foes like ogres and giants appear as the player progresses. Elemental creatures play a significant role in the game, aligning with the four core elements of earth, fire, water, and wind. These creatures are often found in environments matching their elemental nature, such as fire elementals in volcanic areas or water elementals near oceans. Encounters with these creatures are not just battles, but also engagements with the fundamental forces of the game's world, often requiring specific strategies to overcome. The bestiary also includes mythical and legendary creatures that bring a sense of awe and wonder. Dragons, chimeras, and other fantastical beings not only present formidable combat challenges, but also add to the game's mythological depth. These creatures often have unique backstories and abilities, making each encounter memorable. In dungeon exploration, creatures add an element of unpredictability and complexity. Navigating through a dungeon is not just about finding the right path, but also about preparing for and overcoming the creatures that dwell within. The unpredictability of these encounters adds to the excitement and challenge of dungeon exploration. Boss monsters, such as the elemental fiends, are pivotal to the game's narrative and present major combat challenges. These encounters are more than mere battles. They are narrative events that test all aspects of the player's strategic and tactical abilities. The defeat of these bosses often marks significant progress in the game's story and the player's journey. The game also features rare and unique creatures that offer special challenges and rewards. Encounters with these creatures are not only tests of combat prowess, but also opportunities for rare loot and experience, adding an extra layer of excitement to the gameplay. The design and aesthetics of the creatures in Final Fantasy contribute significantly to the game's fantasy setting. The variety in creature designs, from the realistic to the fantastical, showcases the game's artistic creativity and adds to the visual richness of the game world. The bestiary serves as a source of lore, deepening the player's understanding of the game's world. The behaviors, habitats, and backstories of the creatures add layers of depth to the game's mythology, enriching the player's experience. Engaging with the creatures in Final Fantasy requires tactical thinking. Different creatures have different strengths, weaknesses, and attack patterns, necessitating varied combat strategies. This diversity ensures that combat remains engaging and challenging throughout the game. The creatures of Final Fantasy greatly enhance the RPG experience. They bring challenge, depth, and a sense of wonder to the game, making each encounter a unique piece of the larger adventure. The bestiary is not just a collection of adversaries, but a fundamental component of the game that brings the world of Final Fantasy to life. Chapter 13: Artifacts of Legend, Weapons, Armor, and Items. In Final Fantasy, the array of legendary equipment, weapons, armor, and items is not just a collection of tools for combat and survival. These artifacts are steeped in lore, integral to the game's narrative, and vital to the player's journey through this fantastical world. The game offers a wide variety of weapons, each with unique attributes and strengths. Swords, axes, staffs, and rods are among the many weapon types available, each suited to different character classes and combat styles. For instance, the mighty sword Excalibur is not merely a powerful weapon. It carries a weight of legend, embodying the quintessential hero's blood. Similarly, the Masawuni, another iconic sword, is coveted for its exceptional strength and agility, making it a prized asset in combat. Armor in Final Fantasy plays a crucial defensive role. Players can equip their characters with shields, helmets, body armor, and other protective gear, each offering distinct benefits. Legendary armor like the Aegis Shield or Dragon Mail is more than just a means of defense. It often carries unique enchantments and properties, providing resistances to various elemental attacks or status ailments. Beyond weapons and armor, the game features a range of special items and artifacts that grant unique abilities or advantages. These include magical rings, amulets, and relics with powers like healing, protection, or enhancing certain attributes. Their acquisition often involves completing challenging quests or exploring hidden areas, adding a sense of adventure and discovery. The choice of equipment significantly influences combat strategies and outcomes. Selecting the right weapon or armor for a particular battle or enemy type can be the key to victory. The game encourages players to experiment with different equipment combinations to find the most effective setup for their party. Acquiring legendary weapons and armor is a journey in itself. These items are often found in remote or guarded locations, requiring players to explore, solve puzzles, or defeat powerful enemies. The process of obtaining these items is rewarding, both in terms of gameplay and narrative fulfillment. This aspect of customization is central to the game's character development. Players can tailor their party's equipment to fit their playstyle, whether focusing on brute strength, magical prowess, or a balanced approach. This flexibility allows players to create a unique experience in each playthrough. The progression of the game is closely tied to the acquisition and upgrading of equipment. Obtaining legendary items often marks a significant advancement in the player's journey, enabling them to tackle more challenging foes and explore previously inaccessible areas. The artifacts in Final Fantasy greatly contribute to the game's fantasy setting. Each legendary weapon and piece of armor is imbued with a sense of history and magic, enhancing the storytelling and world-building. They are not mere tools, but symbols of the epic tales and heroic deeds that define the game's universe. Final Fantasy weaves these legendary artifacts into its narrative tapestry, making them an essential part of the player's adventure. From the mythic Excalibur to the protective Aegis shield, each item adds a layer of depth and enchantment to the game, creating a rich and immersive experience that resonates with players long after their journey concludes. Chapter 14: Voyages by Sea and Air, Modes of Exploration. Final Fantasy revolutionized exploration in role-playing games by introducing voyages by sea and air, profoundly impacting the gameplay experience. The introduction of the ship as the first mode of extended travel marks a pivotal moment in the game, expanding the player's world beyond the initial boundaries. Sailing across the seas, players can reach new coastal areas, islands, and hidden locations, unveiling the game's expansive world map. Travel by sea is not just about reaching new destinations. It's an adventure filled with unique encounters and challenges. Navigating treacherous waters and battling sea monsters adds a layer of excitement and danger to the journey. The shift from land-based exploration to sailing opens up a new realm of gameplay dynamics, where players must adapt to the challenges of the sea, from unexpected encounters to navigating to uncharted territories. The acquisition of the airship further elevates the exploration experience. Gaining access to the airship is a significant game milestone, signifying a major progression in the player's quest. The airship provides unparalleled freedom, allowing players to soar above the world, reaching previously inaccessible areas. This mode of travel fundamentally changes the player's interaction with the game world, offering a bird's-eye view of the vast landscape and the ability to quickly traverse great distances. Aerial exploration offers strategic advantages that significantly impact gameplay. The airship allows players to uncover the game's deepest secrets, complete quests in distant lands, and revisit previously explored areas with ease. This newfound mobility enhances the player's ability to engage with the game's world fully, encouraging thorough exploration and discovery. The impact of sea and air travel extends beyond mere exploration. It deeply influences the game's narrative and progression. These modes of travel are cleverly intertwined with key plot points and quests, seamlessly integrating exploration with the game's storyline. As players voyage across oceans and skies, they encounter narrative elements and challenges that further the story and develop their characters. The design and aesthetics of the ship and airship contribute significantly to the game's fantasy setting. The visuals and thematic elements of these modes of transport immerse players in a world where adventure lies beyond every horizon. Sailing across the open seas or soaring through the clouds becomes not just a means to an end, but an enchanting experience in itself. The freedom to explore by sea and air is a defining aspect of the RPG experience in Final Fantasy. This sense of freedom instills a sense of adventure and discovery in players, encouraging them to venture beyond the beaten path and explore the world in its entirety. However, balancing this freedom with the game's structured narrative and quest lines presents unique challenges. The game skillfully integrates open-world exploration with its story, ensuring that the vastness of the world complements rather than detracts from the narrative progression. Voyages by sea and air have become hallmark features of the Final Fantasy series and the RPG genre as a whole. In Final Fantasy, these modes of exploration are not just methods of travel. They are integral to the game's allure, providing players with a sense of wonder and the thrill of discovery that is central to the role-playing game experience. Chapter 15: The Time Labyrinth, A Journey Through Time. In Final Fantasy, the concept of time travel emerges as a pivotal narrative element, intricately woven into the fabric of the game's story and offering a unique dimension to the gameplay experience. This aspect of the game introduces a profound depth to the storyline, transcending conventional fantasy tropes and engaging players in a complex tale that spans across different eras. Time travel in Final Fantasy is initially introduced with a sense of mystery and intrigue. It's not merely a plot device, but a central theme that gradually reveals its significance as the story unfolds. The game uses this element to explore the connections between past events and the present, slowly unraveling a narrative that ties the history of the game world to the current quest of the Warriors of Light. The impact of time travel on the game's world is profound. It alters the perception of the game's environments and historical events, providing players with a richer understanding of the lore. As players navigate through different time periods, they witness the evolution of the game world, observing firsthand the changes that have occurred over time. This feature adds a layer of complexity to the world building, intertwining the game's mythology with its temporal mechanics. The final dungeon, a convergence point of different timelines, epitomizes the game's time travel narrative. In this dungeon, past, present, and future merge, creating a unique and challenging environment that transcends temporal boundaries. This dungeon is not just a battleground, it's a nexus where the implications of time travel are most acutely felt, offering players a unique and immersive experience. Time travel significantly influences character development in the game, especially for the Warriors of Light. As they journey through different eras, they gain insights into their own destinies and the cyclical nature of time. This journey through time is not just a physical one, but a path to self-discovery, revealing the deeper connections between the characters and the world they are striving to save. The gameplay mechanics involving time travel are cleverly implemented, introducing puzzles and battles that span across eras. Players must adapt their strategies to cope with challenges that are inherently linked to different time periods. This aspect of gameplay encourages players to think critically about the impact of their actions in one time period on another, adding a strategic layer to the game. The themes explored through time travel in Final Fantasy are profound. The game delves into concepts of destiny, causality, and the cyclical nature of time. These themes are not just narrative embellishments. They provoke thought about the nature of time and the characters' roles within it, contributing to the game's deeper philosophical narrative. The climactic final battle, set against the backdrop of a time-bending narrative, is a culmination of the game's exploration of time. This battle is more than a confrontation with a final boss. It's a showdown that encapsulates the temporal journey of the game, highlighting its thematic and narrative significance. The influence of Final Fantasy's time travel narrative extends beyond its own story, setting a precedent for future games in the RPG genre. It introduced a storytelling technique that has been emulated and adapted in various forms, showcasing the potential of video games as a medium for complex narrative structures. The time labyrinth in Final Fantasy is a testament to the game's innovative storytelling and its lasting impact on the world of gaming. The incorporation of time travel into its narrative not only enriched the gameplay experience, but also left an indelible mark on the RPG genre, demonstrating the immense storytelling potential of video games. This narrative choice continues to resonate with players, underscoring the enduring appeal and influence of Final Fantasy in the annals of video game history. Chapter 16: Darkness and Despair, the Darker Elements. Final Fantasy delves into a realm where darkness and despair are not just atmospheric backdrops, but integral components of its storytelling and gameplay. The game masterfully intertwines darker themes and settings, creating an experience that is both challenging and thought-provoking. The game's journey takes players through various dark and foreboding settings, from dungeons shrouded in shadows to haunted forests and ruins of once great cities. These environments are more than mere stages for combat. They are manifestations of the game's underlying themes of corruption, decay, and the struggle against darkness. As players navigate these environments, they encounter not just physical challenges, but also the palpable sense of despair that pervades these places. Evil forces in Final Fantasy are represented by a host of malevolent characters, dark knights, corrupt wizards, and other entities driven by nefarious motives. These antagonists add a layer of urgency and danger to the game's narrative, presenting formidable challenges that the Warriors of Light must overcome. Their presence is a constant reminder of the threat looming over the game world, making the player's quest to restore balance all the more critical. Themes of corruption and decay are central to the game's narrative. They manifest in the environmental design, the behavior of certain characters, and the overall mood of the game. These themes are not just for storytelling. They resonate with the player, evoking a sense of melancholy and urgency that drives the narrative forward. The struggle against darkness is the essence of the Warriors of Light's journey. This fight is not merely against external foes, but also against the encroaching despair and hopelessness that threaten to engulf the world. Their journey is as much about restoring hope as it is about vanquishing foes, adding a rich layer of meaning to their quest. Dark magic and forbidden arts feature prominently in the game, introducing a moral ambiguity to the use of magic. The game explores the consequences and ethical dilemmas associated with wielding such power, adding complexity to its magic system and the choices players make. The incorporation of darker elements significantly impacts the gameplay. Players face not only physical obstacles but also the psychological challenge of navigating through a world shrouded in despair. This requires a different approach to strategy and problem-solving, as players must contend with both the tangible and intangible aspects of darkness. Fear and uncertainty are potent tools used in the game to create an atmosphere of tension. The game skillfully employs storytelling, music, and visual design to evoke these emotions, immersing players in a world where danger and the unknown lurk around every corner. The darker themes contribute significantly to the narrative depth of Final Fantasy. They provide a rich tapestry against which the story unfolds, adding layers of complexity to the game's world and characters. This narrative depth enhances the overall impact of the game, making it a memorable and engaging experience. Darkness in Final Fantasy acts as a catalyst for heroism and bravery. The warriors of Light's journey through the shadowy realms of the game world is a testament to their resilience and courage. Overcoming the darkness is more than a narrative necessity. It is essential to their growth as characters and the resolution of the game. Final Fantasy set a precedent in the RPG genre for incorporating complex and mature themes. The game's exploration of darkness and despair has left a lasting impact, showing that video games can be a medium for sophisticated storytelling that resonates with players on a deeper level. The legacy of these themes in Final Fantasy is evident in how they have shaped storytelling in subsequent RPGs, adding depth, complexity, and emotional resonance to gaming narratives. Chapter 17: The Final Confrontation, the Climactic Battle. Final Fantasy reaches its crescendo in a final confrontation that is not just a test of player skill, but a culmination of the game's rich narrative and character development. The lead-up to this climactic battle involves a convergence of storylines, character arcs, and the thematic essence of light versus darkness. The journey to the final dungeon, where the ultimate battle takes place, is a gauntlet of challenges that tests everything players have learned and experienced throughout the game. This final journey is fraught with perilous encounters and intricate puzzles, each encounter serving as a reminder of the stakes at hand and the journey that the Warriors of Light have undertaken. The atmosphere is tense, imbued with a sense of impending climax as players navigate through the dungeon's intricacies. The final dungeon itself is a microcosm of the game's world, featuring encounters that harken back to earlier challenges and foes, yet amplified in intensity and complexity. These encounters serve to prepare players for the final confrontation, heightening the sense of anticipation and readiness. The antagonist awaiting at the end of this journey is more than just another enemy to be defeated. This final foe embodies the core themes of the game: the struggle between light and darkness, the cycle of time, and the fight against destiny. The backstory and build-up to this adversary are interwoven with the game's mythology, making this confrontation not just a battle, but a clash of ideologies and destinies. Preparation for the final battle involves strategic decision-making that encapsulates the entire Final Fantasy experience. Players must consider their party composition, equipment, and the spells and abilities they have honed over time. The right combination of these elements is crucial for success, reflecting the game's emphasis on strategy and planning. The final battle unfolds as a dramatic, multi-phased encounter that tests the limits of the player's tactical acumen. It challenges players to adapt to changing battle conditions, exploiting weaknesses, and reacting to the enemy's strategies. This battle is a true test of will and skill, demanding players to apply everything they have learned throughout their journey. The thematic elements of Final Fantasy are woven into the fabric of this final confrontation. Themes of heroism, sacrifice, and the eternal struggle between light and darkness come to a head. The battle is more than a physical conflict. It is the culmination of the game's narrative, a showdown where these themes are brought to the forefront. Following the battle, the game's resolution ties up the narrative threads, providing closure to the Warriors of Light's journey. This aftermath is a reflection on the journey taken, the battles fought, and the sacrifices made. It's a moment that resonates with the player, highlighting the impact of their choices and actions throughout the game. The final confrontation in Final Fantasy is not just a hallmark of the game, but a defining moment in RPG history. It sets a high standard for final battles in terms of integration with the narrative and gameplay. This battle has influenced the design and storytelling of subsequent RPGs, showcasing how a climactic confrontation can be more than just an endgame challenge, but a narrative and thematic apex. The final battle's impact on players and the gaming community at large has been profound. It stands as a testament to the game's enduring appeal, a classic confrontation that encapsulates the essence of the role-playing genre and serves as a benchmark for final battles in video games. This confrontation, in its complexity and narrative significance, is a fitting climax to the epic tale of Final Fantasy, leaving players with a sense of accomplishment and a lasting impression of their journey through a world of fantasy and adventure. Chapter 18: The Creation of a Classic, Inception of a Fantasy. The genesis of Final Fantasy is a tale of ambition, creativity, and innovation in the face of daunting challenges. During the mid-1980s, the RPG genre was evolving, and amidst this landscape, Hironobu Sakaguchi, a young game designer at Square, envisioned a game that would leave a lasting impact. The idea for Final Fantasy was born, a project that would soon become a pivotal point in video game history. Sakaguchi, along with a talented team including artist Yoshitaka Amano and composer Nobuo Uematsu, embarked on creating a game that would blend traditional fantasy elements with their unique ideas. The team drew inspiration from various sources, ranging from Western RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons to classic literature and mythology. These inspirations were not merely copied, but reinterpreted to create a unique world that resonated with gamers. Designing the game world was a monumental task. The team crafted a sprawling map filled with diverse environments, from mystical forests to desolate wastelands. Every location was imbued with its own lore, making the world of Final Fantasy rich and immersive. The creation of this world posed significant challenges, particularly in balancing the vast scope with the technical limitations of the time. Character development was another crucial aspect. The game introduced the concept of character classes, allowing players to choose and develop their party members according to different roles and abilities. The visual design of these characters, led by Amano, was distinct and memorable, contributing significantly to the game's identity. The combat and gameplay mechanics were groundbreaking. Sakaguchi and his team devised a turn-based combat system that was both accessible and deep, offering players strategic choices in battles. Balancing this system, ensuring it was challenging yet fair, was a key focus during development. Music and sound played a pivotal role in bringing Final Fantasy to life. Uematsu's compositions, ranging from stirring battle themes to haunting melodies, added emotional depth to the game. The music was not just background, it was integral to the experience, enhancing the narrative and immersing players in the game's world. Technical challenges were significant. The team pushed the boundaries of what was possible on the available hardware, finding innovative ways to maximize the game's potential within these constraints. From optimizing memory usage to creating complex algorithms for the game's mechanics, the team's technical ingenuity was key to realizing their vision. The release and marketing of Final Fantasy were crucial. Square, facing financial difficulties at the time, put significant effort into promoting the game. Upon release, it was met with acclaim, captivating players with its intricate world, engaging gameplay, and compelling narrative. The game's success not only saved Square from bankruptcy, but also marked the beginning of one of the most iconic franchises in gaming history. The legacy of Final Fantasy is profound. It set new standards in the RPG genre, from its storytelling to gameplay mechanics. The game's influence can be seen in countless RPGs that followed, shaping the genre and inspiring a new generation of game designers. Its innovations in storytelling, character development, and technical achievement have made it a timeless classic, revered by gamers and industry professionals alike. Final Fantasy's journey from an ambitious idea to a genre-defining classic is a testament to the creativity and perseverance of its development team. The game's lasting impact on the RPG genre and its status as a beloved classic are enduring reminders of what can be achieved when innovative ideas, technical skill, and storytelling artistry come together. Chapter 19: Echoes in the Gaming World, a Lasting Legacy. Final Fantasy emerged as a trailblazer in the RPG genre, and its impact resonates throughout the gaming world. Released at a time when RPGs were still finding their footing in the gaming landscape, this game not only solidified the genre's appeal, but also set a new benchmark for storytelling, gameplay mechanics, and artistic direction in video games. One of the game's most enduring contributions is its innovative RPG mechanics. The introduction of a detailed combat system, a diverse range of character classes, and the concept of a vast, explorable world were groundbreaking. These elements inspired a generation of game developers, influencing the design and mechanics of countless RPGs that followed. The game's approach to turn-based combat, character progression, and the integration of a narrative into the gameplay became foundational principles that many RPGs have built upon. The narrative and storytelling prowess of Final Fantasy had a profound impact on how stories could be told in the gaming medium. It was among the first to show that video games could offer complex narratives with rich, well-developed characters and intricate world lore. The game's story, encompassing themes of heroism, sacrifice, and the struggle between light and darkness, set a new standard for narrative complexity in video games. This storytelling approach has inspired countless game developers to create more narrative-driven gaming experiences. Final Fantasy also influenced subsequent titles in its own series, establishing themes, motifs, and mechanics that would become hallmarks of the Final Fantasy franchise. Elements such as the focus on character-driven narratives, the exploration of intricate worlds, and the recurring motifs of crystals and elemental forces were first introduced in this game and have since become synonymous with the series. The game's impact extended beyond game mechanics and storytelling to influence game design and aesthetics. The art direction, led by Yoshitaka Amano, and the memorable music compositions by Nobuo Uematsu, set a high standard for artistic expression in video games. The visual and audio design of Final Fantasy played a crucial role in crafting an immersive and emotionally resonant experience, aspects that many games continue to strive for today. In gaming culture and community, Final Fantasy holds a special place. It fostered a dedicated fan base and influenced the formation of gaming communities centered around RPGs. The game's legacy is celebrated in various forms, from fan art and music to discussions and events, highlighting its enduring impact on gaming culture. Final Fantasy played a significant role in popularizing RPGs worldwide, bridging cultural and gaming-style gaps. It was instrumental in introducing the RPG genre to a broader audience, showcasing the potential of video games as a storytelling medium and as a form of artistic expression. The game has served as an inspiration to countless game developers. Its innovation in game design, storytelling, and world building has been cited as a key influence by many in the industry. Numerous modern games owe a debt to the path Final Fantasy paved, adopting and adapting its ideas and mechanics. Even in the realm of modern gaming, Final Fantasy remains relevant. With remakes and remasters, the game continues to captivate new generations of gamers, showcasing the timelessness of its design and narrative. Its ability to resonate with contemporary audiences is a testament to its quality and enduring appeal. The RPG genre continues to evolve, and Final Fantasy is a crucial part of that history. Its legacy influences the development of new RPGs, inspiring innovation and creativity. The game stands as a monument in the gaming world, a testament to the potential of video games to offer deep, immersive experiences that resonate with players long after they have finished playing. Final Fantasy is not just a classic in the RPG genre. It's a foundational pillar that has shaped the course of gaming history. Chapter 20. Why the Fantasy Endures. Enduring Popularity. Final Fantasy has maintained a revered status in the gaming world, and its enduring popularity is a testament to a multitude of factors that have collectively captivated players for decades. At its release, it was not just another game. It was a groundbreaking experience that pushed the boundaries of what RPGs could achieve. Over the years, its appeal has only grown, cementing its status as a timeless classic. The pioneering gameplay mechanics of Final Fantasy were revolutionary. Its turn-based combat system, intricate character development, and expansive world exploration set new benchmarks in the RPG genre. These mechanics were not static. They evolved as players progressed through the game, offering depth and complexity that kept gamers engaged and challenged. This innovation in gameplay laid the groundwork for future RPGs, influencing countless games that followed. The narrative and storytelling of Final Fantasy were and remain a significant draw for players. The game's story, rich in themes of heroism, sacrifice, and the struggle against evil, was woven with intricate plot developments and character arcs that resonated deeply with its audience. The narrative was not just about the quest. It was about the characters embarking on that quest, each with their own backgrounds, motivations, and growth. This compelling storytelling captivated players, inviting them to invest emotionally in the game's world and its inhabitants. The characters of Final Fantasy, both heroes and villains, are etched in the memories of players. Their designs, distinct and imaginative, have become iconic in the gaming community. These characters were more than just avatars for players. They were gateways into an immersive world, each contributing to the game's narrative tapestry. Art and music were other critical elements that contributed to the game's lasting appeal. The visual art, led by Yoshitaka Amano, provided a distinct aesthetic that set the game apart from its contemporaries. Nobuo Uematsu's musical score was equally impactful, creating an auditory landscape that was both haunting and beautiful, enhancing the emotional depth and atmosphere of the game. Final Fantasy not only influenced the RPG genre, but also left an indelible mark on gaming culture. It played a pivotal role in shaping how stories are told in games, how characters are developed, and how worlds are built. The game became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring a community of fans who celebrated it through fan art, music, and online discussions. The game's evolution through remakes and remasters has helped keep it relevant in an era of rapidly advancing technology. These versions have introduced Final Fantasy to new generations of gamers, allowing them to experience the classic with updated graphics and gameplay while retaining the essence of the original. Nostalgia plays a significant role in the game's enduring popularity. For many, Final Fantasy was a formative gaming experience, one that introduced them to the wonders of RPGs. This emotional connection has kept the game alive in the hearts of those who played it, with many returning to relive the adventure or sharing it with newer generations. The universal themes presented in Final Fantasy, the battle between good and evil, the journey of heroes, the importance of friendship and sacrifice, continue to resonate. These themes are timeless, transcending cultural and temporal boundaries, and speak to fundamental human experiences and values. The fan community has been instrumental in keeping the legacy of Final Fantasy alive. Through fan creations, discussions, and events, enthusiasts have continued to celebrate and explore the game, keeping its memory fresh and its legacy vibrant. Final Fantasy occupies a special place in gaming history. It stands as a benchmark for storytelling, gameplay, and artistic expression in the RPG genre. Its enduring popularity is a reflection of its innovation, its emotional depth, and its ability to connect with players on multiple levels. The game is more than just a classic. It is a cornerstone in the edifice of gaming history, a work that continues to inspire awe and admiration for its pioneering spirit and its lasting impact on the world of gaming. Conclusion: a timeless tale retold. Final Fantasy, since its inception, has embarked on a journey that transcends the boundaries of time and technology, etching its legacy into the annals of gaming history. As we reflect on this epic journey, it becomes evident that the game was much more than a mere fantasy adventure. It was a groundbreaking feat in interactive storytelling and game design. Tracing the narrative arc of Final Fantasy, we are reminded of a story rich in themes, characters, and imagination. The game introduced us to a world where light battled darkness, where heroes emerged from the unlikeliest of places, and where every turn in the road brought new challenges and discoveries. The narrative, woven intricately through the fabric of gameplay, created an immersive experience that resonated with players and left a lasting impression. The innovations in gameplay mechanics were pivotal in shaping the RPG genre. The strategic combat system, the extensive character customization, and the vast world ripe for exploration set new standards for what an RPG could offer. These gameplay elements not only provided depth and challenge, but also gave players a sense of agency and investment in their journey through the game's world. The artistic achievements of Final Fantasy played a crucial role in its enduring appeal. The game's art style, character design, and especially its music, composed by the legendary Nobuo Uematsu, created an atmosphere that was both captivating and emotionally resonant. These artistic elements combined to create a world that was as enchanting as it was immersive, drawing players into the game's narrative and setting. Final Fantasy's impact on gaming culture and its historical significance cannot be overstated. It played a vital role in shaping the RPG genre, influencing countless games that followed. Its influence extended beyond the Final Fantasy series, inspiring a generation of game developers and storytellers. The game broke cultural barriers, popularizing RPGs across the globe and introducing players from all walks of life to the wonders of the genre. The characters of Final Fantasy and its approach to storytelling have endured through the years, continuing to appeal to audiences. The game's ability to weave a complex narrative with memorable characters showed the potential of video games as a medium for storytelling. These characters and stories have stood the test of time, still captivating players decades after the game's release. The game's role in popularizing RPGs worldwide is significant. It introduced the genre to a broader audience and played a key role in bridging cultural divides in gaming. Final Fantasy showcased the universal appeal of a well-told story and engaging gameplay, irrespective of geographical boundaries. Modern game development continues to feel the influence of Final Fantasy. Elements of its design, storytelling, and character development can be seen in contemporary titles, from indie games to major studio releases. The game's influence is a testament to its innovative design and enduring appeal. The legacy of Final Fantasy continues to inspire gamers, developers, and artists alike. Through remakes, fan communities, and ongoing discussions in gaming culture, the game's legacy is kept alive. It serves as a source of inspiration and a benchmark for quality in game design and storytelling. Final Fantasy remains a timeless classic, a game that transcends generations of gamers. Its ability to continue resonating with audiences, both old and new, is a testament to its quality, innovation, and the passion of those who created it. The game stands as a monumental achievement in the gaming world, a testament to the power of imagination and the enduring appeal of a well-crafted fantasy.